Let's just say it. The Last of Us was already a better TV show than a video game. Before I start this video, I want to be very clear. I thought The Last of Us TV show was great. I'm not going to clickbait you with the whole The Last of Us is overrated and here's why, because that's just not true. I'm not going to do that. That's not what this video is about. This video is about adaptation. The Last of Us TV show has amazing visuals, acting, writing. It was super enjoyable and a great way for people who haven't played the game to enjoy this very well-told story. That being said, I've been seeing a lot of discourse online about people saying that The Last of Us TV show is the best video game adaptation that's ever been created, and it's the perfect formula for adapting a video game. And that's where you lose me. Because yes, as I said before, the show is really, really well done. But it's because it's a well-made TV show with the right story beats, the right cast, and the right art department to bring the world to life. And that's it. Because it's not just good because it was faithful to the source material. Which yes, it was very faithful. So much so that it a lot of times copied and pasted the script exactly. And a lot of the shots and the scenes were almost done exactly the same way, just with different actors. Like, these comparison videos are crazy. You guys have been seeing these, right? They're crazy to watch. They're fun to watch too, but like it's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before. Adaptation is a very complicated process. Saying good game plus good actors equals good film, I think is an oversimplification. So what's my point here? Am I saying that they should have changed The Last of Us completely? Should Joel have saved Ellie from the clickers riding a giraffe and then say, Ellie, we are The Last of Us. Directed by J.J. Abrams. No, I'm not saying that. But I do kind of want to see that happen. No, that's not what I'm saying. We all saw that Halo TV show. It's bad. It went way off the rails from the original storyline, and it didn't work out very well. A lot of video game adaptations do that. That's why it's such a pit of despair down there. What I'm saying is that The Last of Us was essentially already a TV show. The whole reason why it works is because it was about a cast of characters reaching a goal in a very episodic structure. It follows the TV format perfectly, and that's what makes the video game The Last of Us great. But that's not what makes Halo great. What makes a Halo great is that you can play it. Picking the right material to adapt is part of this as well, right? John Wick turned into a fast-paced third-person shooter. Brilliant. Please make that. Why isn't that a thing yet? Making Mass Effect a Game of Thrones style TV show on a massive scale with tons of storylines across a huge galaxy with an impending overall threat looming. Again, it's too easy. That just makes sense. But let's say, for example, Minecraft. Turning that into a 10-episode, hour-long story-driven podcast? You know, I like your spirit, but maybe those two things don't go together.
He breaks a wood. He breaks another wood. He then places a wood down. And then another.
Remember that Avengers video game? Great idea, right? Of course I want to play as Iron Man. But terrible execution. Terrible execution. Execution is a part of this as well. And that's because adaptation isn't just about being faithful to the source material. It's about finding what made the source material special in the first place. And that's what The Last of Us did. It took its special sauce, the hard-hitting storytelling, and it repurposed it for a new audience and a new medium. And in some ways, it even enhanced it with the Bill and Frank episode and the Sam and Henry episode. Even in the behind the scenes, the creators talk about how these changes made the story better.
My philosophy on this show has always been, when should we deviate and when should we come back? If it's kind of the same or worse, we stay where the game is. If it's better, we deviate.
Speaking of creators, great adaptation starts with the people who make it. So let's take a look then. Let's see what these creators' previous work was. So let's look in. The Last of Us creators previously worked on the HBO miniseries Chernobyl. That makes sense. And the Halo creators' previous projects are The Last Ship and American Dad. You see the quality difference though, right? Grade A original programming, TV show made for your dad to fall asleep to. One of these shows was doomed from the start. So to wrap this all up, back to my original point, saying that The Last of Us is a great TV show doesn't bother me at all. I agree with you. But to say it's the best video game adaptation, to say that this is the new standard, this is the new way to tell video game stories, you gotta do frame by frame, copy the script exactly the same. Come on guys, that's just not how it works. There is no clear-cut formula for adaptation. It's all about finding the right material and finding the right creators to create it. Let's just face it, The Last of Us was already a better TV show than a video game. This was a layup for HBO. Thanks for watching, guys. I know this was a slightly different video than what I'm usually doing on this channel. If you're new here, I'm Nick. I'm a filmmaker. I make short films and silly sketches from time to time. But as of lately, I've been posting a lot of filmmaking advice videos about all the things that I've learned shooting those short films. I've been wanting to post a lot of new videos though about movies and TV shows and what we can learn from them. So if you're interested in that, consider subscribing. Socials down below. Would love having you. I'm gonna leave you with a quick little video quote that I think maybe is used too much when it comes to adaptation, but I think it's too good not to put at the end of this video. It's too relevant to it, so I'm just gonna leave it at the end here. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
When adopting from another medium, do you make large changes to the
I read
original
the
work?
book twice, perhaps, and never look at it again, and start from scratch. Because if you look at a book and you try to translate it, it's very hard to do. Good literature does not make good pictures. That's been shown again and again.